Hi there, my name is GilberTECH, and this is our third episode of the C++ series. Now in this video we are going to be going through all that we can do with strings. Basically, we'll be going through string concatenation, getting the length of strings, assessing the values of a string, using getLine to combine or to get values that involve spaces, adding strings, and then also omitting the namespace. Now let me not talk much. Let's go back and then dive into our coding. Remember, you can just click our button over here to get a new file. Come to File, New over here, and then you can just straightforward come to Source File and you're good to go. Alternatively, Ctrl+N will give you a new file like that. Now as always, #include iostream. iostream using namespace std. Then we have our int main, and then close, and then I return 0 over here. Yes, so just like I said, we are going to do with string concatenation. Now what I mean by string concatenation is basically adding one string to another string. Let's say we can have a string, maybe first name being equal to, let's say, Gilbert, and then we can have another string, last name being equal to Cooker, like that. And then we want to display Gilbert Cooker as in the full name, right? So in that situation, we can have another string and then name its full name, right? And then say is equal to the first name plus what? Last name. There we go. Now let's display it in C. So you can have cout less than full name. There we can have this. Now remember, if you want there to be a space between the text you are typing and the variable that you are displaying, make sure you bring a space before your closing quotation mark. Less than again, then we can say full name, like that. Let's run it and see how best it goes with us. Yep, I have to save it first. So third code, yes. Save it, let it compile and run. Let's see how our result goes like. And basically what we have done over here is we have declared two variables, assigned value to them, and then added those two variables and saved them in a variable called full name. And now you're trying to display the full name as a variable which contains the concatenated version, the concatenation of first name and then last name, which is Gilbert and Cooker. So we should expect to see full name and then Gilbert Cooker, which has been as one single file. Still is lagging over here. Let me abort this and then go again. Yes, that reminds me. And then in a situation where you are running your code and then it's not running or you are getting some errors, try doing this. Sometimes the antivirus there are some antivirus that doesn't allow you to run scripts and executables and all this stuff. Try disabling your antivirus or adding your code as an exception, or the folder in which you are writing your code, add it as an exception, and then you'll be good to go. Now you see we have full name and then Gilbert Cooker without no space. Now this over here, remember we added first name and last name to get this. In this situation, we want there to be a space, right? We want a space to be between first name and then last name. So what we can do is that instead of just adding first name and last name, we can add first name and then add a string space like this, an empty space, right? And then say add again, so that we can have first name space and then last name, right? Let's compile and run and see how best it goes with us. Alternatively, you can also, let's finish this way. So now you see we have Gilbert, which is the first name, plus the empty space, which is this over here, and then last name, which is Cooker. Good. Alternatively, you can also leave it like that, and then after Gilbert, bring a space, and then which means that after Gilbert, there's already a space over here, so plus our last name, and then we are good to go. That's it for the string concatenation. Let's move fast forward to that of the length. Let's say you want to get the length of a particular string, as length as in the number of characters in that string. So string concatenation. Let me comment this so that it goes out of the code for now. I don't comment, so let's say, let me leave, let me still leave them over here and then comment this part. So let's say I want to know the number of characters, or the number of characters that need the name Gilbert, right? In that situation, I would say cout less than the name with has the less than, sorry, it has to be in quotes, hence a string. Like that, and then we say the first name dot length, like that. Now this should give us the number of characters that we have in the string Gilbert over here. Let's run it and see how best it goes with us. Okay, so yesterday string has no member named string, so there's a problem somewhere. Cout first name dot length. Okay, let me try it this way. Seems I'm getting a syntax error somewhere. First name, yes, we have first name over there, and then am I making a wrong spelling somewhere? Oh, okay, so it's supposed to be GTH. Yes. Then run it. Now this is supposed to give us the number of characters that we have in the variable first name, right? So we have, the name has 7, which means we have G as 1, I as 2, L as 3, B as 4, 5, 6, 7. There we have it. So that's what the length function over here does. So if you want to know the number of characters in that string, all you have to do is the string or the variable dot length, and then it's going to give you the number of characters in that particular string. So that's string length. Yep. And then after string length, we can move fast forward to accessing string values, preposition. Now you see we have string length over here. Let's say I want to access a particular number, or maybe the L over here, which is actually the third value, right? I would say cout over here, and then the third character of Gilbert is less than. Then we say first name, and then since we want to access the 1, 2, 3, this one L over here, we put in our square brackets over here. Now remember, in C++ or in most programming languages, you don't count from 1 as in normal 1, 2, 3. You count from 0. So in this situation, G over here becomes 0, I over here becomes 1, and then L over here becomes 2. So now we write 2 over here like this, and then we should get the third character of Gilbert is L, of which first name 2 over here is 0, 1, 2. We should get L for that. Let's compile and run. And there we go. Now you see the third character of Gilbert is L. Because I didn't bring a space over here, you see A's and L was showing together. Let me comment this as well. So that is it for accessing. So whichever character that you want to access, let's say if it's the last name, I want to say last name, and I want to access, let's say H over here or A over here, you have 0, 1, 2, 3. So A over here becomes the third index. Now the numbers that you use to refer to the particular the particular character you want, we call them indexes. So the index of A is going to be what? 3 over here. So now you see the third character of Gilbert is A, and it's actually supposed to be the fourth character. I should have changed this over here. That is it for accessing particular characters in it. Now let's go to, if you want to accept strings that are contain spaces. Let's say instead of we saying string first name and all this over here, let's say we have a string full name, right? Or let me say string underscore full name, full underscore name, and then we want to get a value that contains the full name. So we say cin greater than, and then we say full underscore name. Now look at this. To see out your name is full underscore name, of which you are supposed to see. Now you say string, we declare a variable. I have to ask the user to enter the name, so please enter your name. Then remember I have to end our line. Good. Yes, now this should work. So we say we declare a variable, we ask the user to enter their name, and then we accept cin over here, full name. So whatever the user enters is saved in what? Full name. And then we output your name is the value of full name over here. Now watch this. It asks, please enter your name. You have Gilbert Cooker over here. Now you see there is a space between Gilbert and Cooker. I entered Gilbert Cooker. Hit enter and it says your name is Gilbert. Meanwhile, I entered Gilbert Cooker. It has ignored the Cooker and then picked only Gilbert. Now we can fix it by doing this. Using the cin alone over here only accepts the first. It sees a space. Everything after that it ignores it. So if we want to fix that, we use the getLine function. So you say getLine like this, into brackets, what? Cin and then comma, the variable name that you want to save that. Then you end your line. So basically, this getLine function is going to get everything on that line, whether there are spaces or no spaces. It's going to make sure that all those line or everything on that line is included. So now you say getLine, then cin what? Full name. Let's run it again and see how best it works. Please enter your name. So let's go with Gilbert. Let me even make it much longer. Gilbert Cooker. Then we say hit enter. Now we see your name is Gilbert Cooker. It's make sure that everything that I typed is accepted, regardless of spaces or not. So that is how you deal with accepting details that involve spaces. If you use just the normal cin, you are going to get only the first character or only the first word where the space ends. That's what you're going to get. and also adding of strings. That's what we did over here. And then I think, yes, the last thing is going to be ignoring the namespace over here. Now remember, in your code, all of this, let me get it out. You can decide not to bring this, and then if you decide not to bring this, and then you write your codes, let's say cout how are you and all those stuff, you're going to get in errors and all those stuff. Let's try that and see. Now you see I get an error over here. Then at this line there's an error. So alternative, by ignoring this, we can get rid of the error by bringing std semicolon just before every statement, right? So now let's run and see how best it goes for us. Now as you can see, that's really compiled. When I brought the st::, I'm not getting any errors. So alternatively, you can choose to ignore the using namespace std over here, and then which means you'd have to write std every line before you do whatever you have to do. I mean, basically that's how it works. And I don't think you would prefer writing std semicolon before, colon before every other statement that you're going to be writing. So the most efficient way is to just make sure that you're using namespace std is over here, and then you are good to go. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and once again, my name is GilberTECH and then let me switch back to all those codes over here. Yes, now basically, remember, if you don't want a particular code to run, you can just comment it out and then you are good to go. That's it for today. See you in our next session.